So you heard that Facebook groups are the place to be, and that's where you can find plenty of leads and clients. Well, the rumors are true, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. Now, I know a lot has been made about hosting and owning your own Facebook group, which does have its own value, to be fair. But in this video, we are mainly going to focus on how to generate traffic, leads, and sales from other people's groups. Now, I know that Facebook groups really came on the scene maybe 5 years ago or a good little while ago, but they are still useful even today and are definitely not saturated. But just because it's simple doesn't necessarily mean it's easy. So let's go ahead and jump right in to 10 ways or steps to book calls and clients from other people's Facebook groups. Now, the first step to find calls and clients from Facebook groups is to find and join groups that are actually in your niche. In other words, these are groups or places where your audience hangs out. Now, keep in mind, this does not mean where your peers hang out. Well, unless you can turn them into leads or clients, but you get the point here. Now, I know there are plenty of videos on how to target Facebook groups, so I'm just going to narrow it down to a few tips here. For one, only focus on let's just say 5 to 10. I prefer generally 7 or less. The second qualifying factor is to make sure that these groups are relevant and active, and not even too overactive with spam at that. And the last tip here to join relevant Facebook groups is to make sure that you read and understand their rules, because some of them are much stricter on let's just say links and promotional content, while other ones are way too loose and are just filled with spam. The next step to book calls and clients from Facebook groups is to optimize your profile. Now, the same can be said about pursuing leads on pretty much any channel, but the point is that you should expect and you should even want people to come back to your personal page. So, of course, that makes sense that you should optimize it as much as possible. So I know we're talking about Facebook here, but whichever platform you're on, you want to optimize your page. So that means use everything available to you. So sticking to Facebook, use your wallpaper banner behind your main image, fill in a description, a featured image, a link, YouTube, Instagram, whatever you might have, and so forth. The next way to get calls and clients from Facebook groups is to simply introduce yourself. Now, I know this might seem oversimplified, but this can actually help a lot. Now, whatever niche or type of group you got yourself into, most admins are usually cool with people introducing themselves. That means posting a picture so people can develop a little trust by seeing a human face, and you can let people know, hi, everyone, just wanted to say thank you for admitting me into this group. I help this type of person to achieve this type of goal and XYZ, and here's some information you might want to know and that I want to promote about myself. Now, this very simple step or trick is often ignored because a lot of people just say, let me add a bunch of groups. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to spam them with a bunch of value posts and comments and stuff like that. But the two big benefits here are, number one, none of your competitors are doing it. And number two, like I mentioned, this type of post usually gets past all spam and promotion filters and stuff like that. The next step to book calls and clients from Facebook groups is probably the most traditional answer, which is to start conversations. Now, you can call these value posts or two-step posts or whatever word you would like to give them, but the point is that you want to inspire or instigate engagement, interaction, and stuff like that in whichever group you are newly belonging to. Now, doing this right has way more benefits than we have time to talk about here, including that if a lot of people respond, that will constantly move your post up to the top of the ladder. But the point is that there are many types of posts you can create to initiate conversations, such as your big wins, before and after, client testimonials, secret new training training, upcoming trends, and stuff like that. The next way to book calls and clients from Facebook groups is by responding or commenting on other people's posts. Now, this tactic can similarly be applied to Reddit or Quora or a few other places like that. But the point is that you want to make yourself a visible and just valuable part of that community. So the two easy ways to do that are, number one, by responding a lot, preferably to as many people's answers that you can, or questions that you can give thoughtful answers to. And number two is to give thoughtful answers. In other words, more than just one simple line of agreed, great idea, something like that. You definitely want to give something more substantive. The next step to book calls and clients from Facebook groups might actually be one of the most important, which is to start conversations. More specifically, in the DMs or direct messages, however you want to call it. Now, you probably want to interact with everyone who has engaged with any of your posts. That means liking, commenting, adding you as a friend, or any other engagement. Now, a few quick tips to keep in mind here are, number one, is to don't pitch them right away. Is that no matter who you're talking to in any situation, you want to just have a conversation. Ask them how they're doing, how their business is going, what their goals are. Literally fill in the blank. But what you definitely don't want to do is, hi, what's your name? I just added you, buy this. The next way to book calls and clients from Facebook groups is to become an admin. Now, I already mentioned earlier that this video is focused more on other people's Facebook groups because I'm not really sure I'm a fan of creating and managing my own. Now, the reason why that matters is because many other business owners feel the same way, that they don't want to constantly comment and update and keep their Facebook group going. So what do you know? You can actually do them a huge solid or a favor by becoming an admin. That means you will help them to police their posts, to make sure that there's not too much spam, too much promotion, not real users or like spam bots or accounts and stuff like that. And of course, this generally does come with a little bit more leeway about, let's just say, promoting or discussing your own offers a bit more. The next way to book calls and clients from Facebook groups is to be extremely strategic with your keywords. Now, I know I already mentioned finding the right groups and the right niche earlier, but this dives a little bit more into it and is actually more important. So one easy example of this is that if you are targeting a certain type of customer, let's say you want to avoid beginners, let's say you are targeting experienced business owners, then you probably don't want to target groups that say beginner, just joining, new, stuff like that. Now, yes, there might be some opportunities in there, but you might be much better served by targeting keywords of groups such as advanced, experienced, veteran, or you can get pretty creative here. The next way to book calls and clients from Facebook groups is to target being referred. In other words, everyone expects you to promote yourself, your own offers, your own package, your own program, your whatever. But that suggestion or offer carries way more weight when other people in the group, literally anybody but yourself, makes the same offer. So there are many ways you can do or even incentivize this, but one way is to help people in the group for free in exchange for referrals and for mentioning your name. And the next way to book calls and clients from Facebook groups is to actually make an offer to let people know about your lead magnets, your new training, your new YouTube video, or whatever it might be. Now, of course, there is a little bit of political navigation to go on here that you don't want to be too blatant or promotional. And one way you could do this is with a two-step post, which is where you ask something like, hey, I just created a new training on how to teach your hamster how to fetch. Who wants it? So I know that's kind of a simple example, but you get the point here, how that's a little bit more invitational, a little bit more value-based as opposed to promotional. Worst comes to worst, you can always form a direct alliance with the actual admins or owner of the group and just flat out ask them or even pay them to promote or to make a certain type of post in there. And the number one best way on earth to get more calls and clients from Facebook groups is to hit the like button and subscribe below. If you learned something interesting today, it does help a lot. For more help booking and converting more discovery calls, then definitely check out my free training in the links below, or you can also check out my new More Calls, More Clients 6-month program where I give you more personalized help as well. So how do you get calls and clients from Facebook groups, or what other tactics have you heard of? Let us know in the comments below. Well, that wraps us up for today. Thanks everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.